right off the bat, I want to start with something that we all knew, and that is that Tanya is a fucking savage. Not as savage as in she did something cool and just like, oh, that's really decent. She's a cool person. No, no, no. She's a savage as in she's a fucking demon. She's a devil. She do not care for someone who disobey her commands. She is pure embodiment of savagery. She is just that. And if you watch the episode, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't watched the episode, guys, in this review, I'll be posting minor spoilers. So please come back to this review after you watch the episode. But Youjo Senki, I have high hopes for this show. This show is made by a new studio, Studio Nut. So Studio Nut has a lot to prove with Youjo Senki, also known as the Saga of Tanya the Evil. That title alone says it all. The Saga of Tanya the Evil. We know that Tanya, this show has a lot to prove. Theo Not has a lot to prove, and frankly, it reminds me of a show that came out last season called Zeta the Last Witch, and hopefully this show will pick off and piece apart together the pieces that Zeta the Last Witch didn't dive into, and we can see that this episode will be way more darker than Zeta the Last Witch possibly has hopefully could have achieved. And it's like they have very similar premise. They have it where they have a military, they have some type of mage or a witch or wizards or some type of magical being who fights during a 1930s or an early World War I, World War II type setting. And they gotta fight for the military. So the basic premise of Youjo Senki is that you have it where you have this Republican Empire, you have the Imperial Empire, and they're fighting a war. And actually, the Republican Empire is the one that's invading the Imperial Empire, and you have this focus on this one blonde girl with blue eyes. They occasionally turn to gold. And you have a focus on where this girl, Tanya, this devil, Tanya, this evil being, Tanya, is in second in command of this platoon of this army, right? And if you disobey her orders, you're done. You're getting screwed the fuck over. You are done. So this is teaching you to not disobey her fucking commands. You cannot just, do what you want, even if it's helping the Empire. So like a minor spoiler, you have it where Tanya, she's one of the best in terms of magical power, and she's one of the best in terms of, I guess, technical genius. And she's just ruthless in her execution. She's one of those, ruthless landlords that people have when we pay bills. But it's like she's just ruthless through and through. She's not like Frieza level from Dragon Ball Z or any other super evil villain level, but she will not hesitate to pitch aside a situation where you would die if you disobey her commands. This is the military. She has a firm belief that the superior officer's commands should be held no matter what. It is an organization, and you should adhere to that structure of the organization. So you have it where Tanya, she's second in command, and she is the real focus of this show. She's second in command, so it's like doesn't have a character that start off from scratch from the beginning of a regular platoon and they work their way up to the command list. She's already in command. She already has power to do stuff. She has power, to give out orders, and she has the power to destroy people. And you have it where during the war they was fighting against the Republican. These two soldiers disobey her orders. So she was like, okay, I'm gonna let y'all off on a light, punishment. It's not gonna be too dire. I know, I understand y'all want to be soldiers. Yeah, I try to help the Imperial. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, try to help the Imperial Empire. I'm gonna let y'all off orders. I'm gonna send her to the rear. And we all know that the rear is typically, the safest place for an army to be. They're in the back. They're away from all the combat and action. So they're basically on reserves. But then by the end of it, major spoiler, guys. So if you haven't watched it, just please come back. But by the end of it, have it where there's the other main character, this girl with really big eyes. I forgot her name, to be honest. She was not the most interesting to me. It was Tanya, of course. But by the end of it, they get word that it was like, okay, this platoon got destroyed in an enemy artillery fire. And she brings up to Tanya. She was like, oh, these two people who disobeyed my orders, they're dead, aren't they? She was like, how do you know? She was like, wait. Did you set that up? And all you see is this creepy ass smile. It's just like I can't even recreate it. Like I can't do it. It's this creepy ass smile that she does, and I'm just like, Tanya. Tanya is a fucking beast. She is evil. This is a saga on her evilness, and she's a fucking beast. So that's what I think that this show will have more darker tones, and I think we will see more of Tanya. I know depending on people's character, likeness or how they like a character or how they feel like a character should be to be liked. I feel like Tanya will be a fan favorite of this season, unless she doesn't do anything like super annoying and ruthless where people start to hate her. She will be a fan favorite just for her sheer savagery that she does. She will be a great fan favorite, and I feel like the words by the end of these soldiers they say, "Is she a devil?" Yes, she is. So guys, hope you enjoyed my review. Hope you thoughts on hope you get the thoughts on Youjo Senki. If you haven't watched it, I hope you will watch this episode. It's definitely gonna be one of my favorites of this season. I can tell right now it was one of my most anticipated anime of winter 2017. So I've been looking forward to this for a long time. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't, you watched this review to see if you want to watch it. Please enjoy it. Tell me some thoughts below. Guys, this has been Vera from Taco Logic. Stick around for my Fuka review. 1. And maybe 2. Guys, see you next time.